Hello, lovely bloodsuckers, and I'm back again. I know it's weird to say 2 episodes, well, actually 3, but 3 episodes of Why Digimon Why in one day, but this is the final episode of season 1, and I'm gonna go ahead and give my final thoughts now, and then I'll get to the little nitpicking. So, with my final thoughts of the episode, to be honest, well, not the episode, but of the season, to be honest, even though I was really hard on it and called them out for a lot of their stuff, including the pedophilia and the mispronunciations of names, but I love it. I still love it. It's something I grew up with, just like Pokemon's something I grew up with. Although, I really don't watch Pokemon anymore, but I still love the games of Pokemon, and I still love stuff that involves Pokemon, but Digimon has always been more personal for me, and in all honesty, Digimon's more about growing up, and a lot of people don't seem to see that. But Digimon makes a lot of good points in their seasons. Now, do I think season 1 could have been done better? Absolutely. I mean, it was made in a time where a lot of things were not so frowned upon and stuff. So, yeah, it could have been better. But at the same time, it was still one of my favorites. Now let's get to nitpicking. Now, for some reason, well, this actually isn't the nitpick part, but when they're finding a Pokemon, Lilymon yeets Mimi, and I know it's bad to laugh, but I kind of laughed at it. She just yells yeet, but she doesn't say yeet. She should have. It would have been better if she said yeet. But at the same time, even though I love the fight scene with how all the Digimon and the Tamers were working together, it was kind of bland, I should say, because a Pokemon is supposed to be the main boss, okay? And he really should have had more of a fighting chance, but they just instantly beat him like it was nothing, like he was nothing. And again, that ties into the growing up potential of Digimon, but still, it would have made a better fight scene if he actually fought back and was actually doing damage. But this is Digimon, and that's what we get. Now, everyone's hanging out, chilling for a little bit in the digital world, and J-Knight starts talking about the eclipse that they see and explains that our world and the digital world are now on the same timeline. And when the eclipse is over, they only have a small time to escape. Leave the digital world. But before he could get to explaining that, Mimi, because of what Izzy said about they could potentially basically have all the time in the world because of how the time used to be different in the digital world compared to the real world. So, for some reason, the animators decided on zooming on Mimi when she repeats, we have 100 years, right? It like zooms straight in 2 times onto Mimi for some reason, and I have no idea why, but that's the thing they did. And Gina explains that not really. So everyone starts saying goodbye, and each scene did make me cry because, again, this is something from my childhood and it's still emotional to watch. And when Mimi was looking for Palma, Palma was hiding because she didn't want to say bye to Mimi. She didn't want to think about Mimi leaving. So Mimi gets ready to leave, and that's when Palma starts running and says she's sorry for hiding. She didn't mean it, she was just scared, and while they're leaving, Mimi says it's okay, and Mimi's hat flies off. Now, this scene is always touching because it's made you think maybe we won't see Digimon ever again. But as we all know, that's not possible, especially because this season just ended and Digimon at this time was still going really hard, which they still are. A lot of people don't really realize that Digimon's still going hard, but around this time it was going very hard. So there was always gonna be more Digimon and stuff. So it was very emotional for me to watch this again, and it's something I love and will always love, and I probably love it more than Pokemon. But at the same time, I wish they could have done things better, which I'm sure they did in Digimon Adventures 2020, but I haven't really watched all of Digimon Adventure 2020. That's part of why I'm doing these series too. But mostly because I wanted to relive my childhood. So that's it for season 1 of Why Digimon Why. Season 2 will be sometime around next week. But I am going to do our war game first, which should be around Sunday or so maybe, depending on how my day goes. I love you all. Until next time, mwah.